Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. On February 20, 1979, Melody Thomas Scott walked onto the set of The Young and the Restless, and the daytime landscape was never the same. Now 45 years later, she adores playing the iconic Nikki through her many different stages, but Scott admits to soaps.com that her character was such a little stinker, and just really a jerk in the beginning. That's one way to describe her. Nikki's dramatic transformation happened after she met Victor, Eric Braeden, and he changed all of that. Scott went from having fans wanting to hit me over the head with their handbag to completely rooting for her. She appreciates the viewers always being very sympathetic towards me. Even when it comes to her current addiction storyline, it's a dark place that Nikki has been to before, but this time around the circumstances and the stakes are very different. I love that they brought back the drinking because it's always so much fun to play drunk, and it's always been a fan favorite, she says with enthusiasm. But she wants viewers to remember that this time, it's not Nikki's fault, and that changes everything for me. Nikki's sobriety hinges around Jordan and Claire's plot for revenge, and it's a storyline that Scott is relishing. You know, she was force-fed this IV of vodka, so I love it and I hope it never ends, she divulges. I know people are going to be mad when I say that, and let them stay mad because Nikki is one of the most enduring characters in daytime. Hundreds of people have come and gone, but she's still here. It's what Scott describes as an incredible blessing, and she appreciates how much more at ease she's become with the daytime format. I'm so fortunate to have a job where I get to do what I love to do and need to do every day and be paid for it, she shares. My life is heavenly. I like to think that I'm a better performer these days than my talent test in 1979. Those 45 years have gone by in a blink of an eye, and Scott's already looking ahead to that epic golden anniversary just around the corner. Melody Thomas Scott has been a cornerstone of The Young and the Restless for over 4 decades, embodying the character of Nikki Newman since 1979. Her portrayal of the strong-willed yet vulnerable woman navigating the complex world of Genoa City has captivated millions of fans. As one of the longest-running actresses on daytime television, Scott has witnessed the ebb and flow of the soap opera industry, experiencing highs, lows, and everything in between. In an exclusive interview, Scott reflects on her time in the spotlight, shares some of her most cherished memories, and offers an inside look at her enduring love for the role of Nikki. When Scott first auditioned for The Young and the Restless, she had no idea how her life was about to change. Fresh from a career in modeling and film, she found herself in a new world, daytime television. She remembers being a bit nervous, but also excited about the prospect of landing the role. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Scott laughs, looking back. I was so young and just thrilled to be a part of this new venture. I thought it would be a small thing, but as it turns out, it became my life's work. From the very beginning, I knew this show was special, and Nikki was a character who would evolve in ways I never could have predicted. At first, Nikki was introduced as a rebellious young woman from a troubled background, but as the years passed, the character grew and transformed. Scott recalls that the writer's ability to shift Nikki's journey kept her engaged and excited to continue playing the role. The beauty of Nikki was that she wasn't just one thing. She was never defined by a single trait. She had so many layers, so many sides to her personality. Scott reflects. There were periods where Nikki was a vulnerable, unsure woman, and there were other times when she was bold, daring, and fiercely independent. It was a real gift to have such a dynamic character to play. One of the most iconic aspects of Nikki's character has been her on-again, off-again relationship with Victor Newman, portrayed by the legendary Eric Braeden. The tumultuous love affair between the two characters has been at the heart of The Young and the Restless for years, and Scott readily admits that it is one of the highlights of her career. Nikki and Victor's relationship is unlike any other, Scott says, smiling. It's this epic love story, filled with passion, betrayal, heartache, and reconciliation. They are both flawed people who somehow find each other time and time again, despite all their differences. It's been such an incredible journey for me as an actress to explore all the facets of that relationship. Over the years, Nikki and Victor have weathered many storms, including infidelity, power struggles, and personal challenges. Scott reveals that despite the intensity of their on-screen battles, she and Braden share a deep mutual respect for one another. Eric and I have such a special bond. We've been through so much together both on and off screen. There's a real trust between us, she says. And when we're working together, we know exactly what the other is thinking. It's like we can read each other's minds, and that makes the scenes so much more powerful. But even with all the drama and tension between Nikki and Victor, Scott believes that the heart of their relationship is rooted in their undeniable chemistry. At the end of the day, it's about two people who love each other deeply, even if they don't always show it in the healthiest ways. That's what makes their connection so enduring, she explains. Throughout her long tenure on The Young and the Restless, Scott has had the privilege of working with some of the most talented actors in the industry. She reminisces about some of her favorite moments on set, from lighthearted scenes to emotionally charged storylines. One of the most memorable moments was when Nikki was finally able to confront Victor about some of the lies he had told her. It was such an emotional scene, and Eric was incredible to work with in that moment. We both poured everything we had into it, and I think the audience really felt that. Scott also recalls the moments of levity that helped balance the more dramatic scenes. Even though we were dealing with some pretty heavy material, there were always moments of humor behind the scenes. It wasn't uncommon for us to burst into laughter right after shooting a particularly intense scene. It kept the atmosphere light, and it reminded us that we were all there because we loved what we were doing. Another favorite memory of Scott's is working with some of the younger cast members over the years, particularly the actors who portrayed her on-screen children. She credits the newer generation of Y and R stars with bringing a fresh energy to the show. It's been incredible to watch the younger actors grow into their roles and become such an important part of the show. Working with them has been so rewarding. There's a certain magic that happens when you see the next generation of talent bringing their own interpretations to these characters, Scott says. Over the years, Scott has seen firsthand the changing landscape of daytime television. She's witnessed many of her colleagues leave the industry and has seen the challenges that soap operas face as they compete for viewership in an increasingly crowded media space. Daytime television has changed so much since I first started. We used to have a much bigger audience, and it's been a bit of a struggle in recent years, Scott acknowledges. But I think the reason The Young and the Restless has remained so successful is because we have an incredible fan base that continues to support the show. We owe so much to the viewers who have stuck with us through thick and thin. For Scott, the secret to Y and R's continued success lies in the emotional connection the show has with its audience. She believes that fans are drawn to the complex characters and the timeless themes of love, betrayal, and redemption. I think people watch The Young and the Restless because they see themselves in these characters. They relate to the struggles, the triumphs, and the emotions, she explains. And even though the world has changed a lot since the show first aired, the core of what makes it so compelling remains the same. As for the future, Scott remains excited about the possibilities for Nikki Newman. She hints that there are still many stories left to tell for her character, and she's eager to continue exploring the depths of Nikki's psyche. Even after all these years, I still feel like there's so much more to discover with Nikki, Scott says with enthusiasm. She's always evolving, and as an actress, that's such a thrill. I never know what's coming next, and that keeps me on my toes. Despite the inevitable challenges of being in the public eye for so long, Scott maintains a deep sense of gratitude for her career. She expresses a profound appreciation for the fans who have supported The Young and the Restless through thick and thin, and for the opportunity to bring Nikki Newman to life every day. I'm so grateful to the fans, to my incredible castmates, and to everyone who's been a part of this journey with me. It's been a dream come true, Scott says, her voice filled with emotion. And as long as I'm able, I'll keep playing Nikki. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet. For Melody Thomas Scott, The Young and the Restless isn't just a job. It's a lifelong passion. As she continues to grace our screens, one thing is certain. Nikki Newman will always hold a special place in the hearts of Y and R fans.